A scene that stopped every heart. When Johnny Depp appears on screen, the world listens not just to his voice, but to the unspoken emotions buried beneath it. But recently, one particular scene has shaken fans to their very core. It wasn't just acting, they say. It was real pain, raw, trembling, and heartbreakingly human. The moment came during the filming of a quietly devastating emotional sequence in his upcoming project, a scene that captured not just a man's despair but something deeper, a reflection of Depp's own struggles, loss, and silent suffering. As the cameras rolled, the boundary between performance and personal truth blurred. Fans described it as the most haunting Johnny Depp moment ever put to film. And behind that haunting look, many now ask the same question. What is killing Johnny Depp inside? The eyes that tell 1,000 stories. In this unforgettable scene, Depp stands alone under dim light, his expression heavy, his hands trembling slightly, as if carrying the weight of 1,000 unsaid words. There is no grand dialogue, no explosion, no drama, just silence, a silence that pierces through the screen. Those who were present on set said that the atmosphere changed instantly. Crew members used to Johnny's intense focus were stunned. He wasn't acting, one insider whispered. He was that man. Every emotion you saw on his face came from somewhere deep and personal. When the director called cut, no one spoke. Johnny walked away quietly, wiping his eyes. It wasn't the exhaustion of a scene. It was something else. The real pain. Behind the art for years, Johnny Depp has lived under a magnifying glass. Every love story, every heartbreak, every victory and defeat is played out in the public eye. But this time, the fans feel something different. A glimpse into the quiet storm he hides behind that gentle smile. The pain that flickered in his eyes in that scene, many believe wasn't just the characters. It was his own reflection. Ever since his long legal battle and emotional upheaval in his personal life, Depp has carried himself with calm dignity. Yet those close to him reveal that he still wrestles with sleepless nights, old memories, and the loneliness that comes after the noise fades. One close friend shared, "Johnny has always been the type to feel everything deeply. He loves deeply, he hurts deeply. When he plays those emotional scenes, he doesn't have to imagine the pain. He's lived it." The emotional weight. He carries fans around the world have noticed that Johnny's recent performances carry a different kind of energy, slower, more introspective, almost as if he's searching for meaning through his art. In interviews, Depp often talks about how he uses his characters to express emotions he cannot say in words. Sometimes it's easier to let a character cry for you. He once said in a quiet moment during a European film festival, that one sentence revealed more than he perhaps intended. Behind the humor, the artistic eccentricity, and the tender kindness he shows fans, there's a man still mending from heartbreak, betrayal, and years of emotional fatigue. The scene that felt too real in this latest emotional masterpiece, Johnny plays a man who has lost everything he loves, a man haunted by choices, time, and the ghosts of memory. As the scene unfolds, Depp sits in front of a mirror, whispering to his reflection, not lines from a script, but words that seem to come from somewhere deep within him. His voice cracks, his eyes glisten, his lips tremble. The world sees an actor giving his all, but those who know him say it was something far more haunting. Johnny didn't need direction that day, a crew member said. He just went there. Everyone on set felt like we were witnessing something sacred, almost painful to watch. The director, known for his emotional storytelling, reportedly said later, "That wasn't acting. That was Johnny's soul." The hidden struggles that fans fear Johnny Depp has always kept parts of himself hidden. He rarely talks about his private emotions, preferring to let his art speak. But fans have learned to read between the lines. The subtle sadness in his smile, the quiet distance in his interviews, the way his eyes sometimes drift when certain topics arise. Behind his fame, there are wounds the public can only guess at. Lost love, strained friendships, health battles, the loneliness that follows fame, and the constant pressure of being misunderstood. Fans across social media have expressed their concern. That scene broke me. It wasn't just acting. It felt like he was trying to tell us something. He looked like a man remembering every heartbreak he ever had. I just hope Johnny is okay. You can see the pain in his eyes. Art as therapy. Johnny's way of healing throughout his life. Johnny Depp has turned pain into art. From Edward Scissorhands to Finding Neverland, his performances often revolve around misunderstood souls, gentle men trapped in worlds that don't understand them. This latest scene, however, feels like the culmination of everything he's been through. The heartbreak, the legal chaos, the loss of privacy, and the long road back to peace. Depp has said before that he believes every scar tells a story. And in this new work, he lets those scars speak louder than ever. One longtime collaborator said, "Johnny doesn't cry for sympathy. He cries for truth. He wants his art to mean something, even if it costs him emotionally." The fans' collective heartbreak, the global reaction to the leaked footage of this emotional scene was immediate and powerful. Within hours, fans flooded social media platforms with messages of love, admiration, and concern. Hashtags like "Stay Strong Johnny" and "We Love You Depp" began trending worldwide. Viewers described feeling as though they were witnessing a confession without words. "I could see it," one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter. The pain wasn't fictional. It was Johnny. He looked like a man who's been through too much but still refuses to break. Another fan added, "He's showing us that even the strongest souls bleed sometimes." The outpouring of empathy has been enormous. From heartfelt fan art to emotional letters and tribute videos, the Depp fandom has united not in curiosity but in compassion. A rare, genuine moment of shared humanity between a star and those who love him. The unspoken message behind his silence. Johnny Depp has always chosen silence over spectacle. After years of relentless media scrutiny, he now speaks less, letting his work carry the emotion. Insiders say that this scene was deeply personal for him, a kind of catharsis, a way of letting go. "He doesn't want to talk about it," said one source. But he wanted to feel it, and he did. In many ways, this performance symbolizes rebirth, an artist confronting his own pain and reshaping it into something beautiful. But it also raises painful questions about the toll fame takes on those who feel too deeply. What's killing him inside? The world may never truly know. But through his expressions, his pauses, and his quiet vulnerability, fans see glimpses of what weighs on him: the longing for peace, the grief for lost time, the scars of broken trust. Friends describe him as a man who gives endlessly, but receives little peace in return. He's known to stay up late writing music, painting, or playing guitar, all ways of translating the chaos inside into art. "Music is his therapy," says a musician close to him. "When he plays, it's like he's trying to heal his soul." Perhaps that's what's killing him inside, and not a single event, but the accumulation of pain, love, and disappointment that comes from a life lived too intensely, too openly, and too beautifully. A phoenix rising despite everything, Johnny Depp continues to create films, art, music, and compassion. Every time he steps in front of a camera or picks up a guitar, it's not just a performance. It's survival. Fans see the exhaustion, yes, but also the resilience. The quiet strength of a man who refuses to be defined by tragedy. As one critic beautifully put it, Depp's greatest performance isn't a role, it's his ability to rise again. No matter how many times the world misunderstands him, that haunting emotional scene may have shown us his pain, but it also showed us something even more profound: his capacity to feel, to forgive, and to transform sorrow into art that moves millions. The final frame as the camera fades to black in that now famous scene. Johnny Depp's face remains etched in every viewer's mind, not as a character, but as a human being. The trembling breath, the mist in his eyes, the quiet resignation. It's a portrait of a man who has given his heart to the world and received both love and scars in return. It's a reminder that even icons can bleed, and that sometimes the greatest courage lies in simply feeling. In that single emotional moment, Johnny Depp didn't just act, he confessed, through silence, through pain, through art. And though fans worry about what might be killing him inside, they also see something miraculous. A man who continues to rise, love, and create despite everything. Epilogue. The healing power of truth in the end. Johnny Depp's emotional scene is not just about sadness. It's about resilience, the kind that comes from facing your inner storms and still choosing to move forward. As he once said in a rare interview, "You carry every experience inside you." The good, the bad, they make you who you are. And maybe that's the point of it all. Those words now echo louder than ever, because if there's one thing Johnny Depp has proven, it's that even when the world sees his pain, he finds beauty in expressing it. That's not weakness. That's art. That's humanity, and that's Johnny Depp, the man whose emotions move millions, whose silence speaks volumes, and whose pain, shared through his art, reminds us all of what it means to be human. Friends, subscribe the channel, and I wish you good luck.